यद्वैरित्वानादिनिधनं वेददधिं मथित्वा दत्तं यस्य प्रकरणे हरिहरब्रह्मादिदेवैर्बलं पूर्णं यत्तु प्राणसर्वैर्भौमो नारायणानां रामकृष्णं तु धत्ते तत् पूर्णपात्रमिदं भोः Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Giving up the attachment of the world and drinking constantly the supreme nectar of immortality. Forever discarding that self-seeking spirit which is the mother of all dissension, and ever meditating on the blessed feet of our teacher who are the embodiment of all well-being. With repeated salutations, we invite the whole world to participate in drinking that nectar. That nectar which has been obtained by churning the infinite ocean of the Vedas, into which Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva and other gods have poured their strength, which is charged with the life essence of avatars, God incarnate on earth. Sri Ramakrishna holds that nectar in his person in its fullest measure. We welcome the whole world to participate in this drinking of this nectar. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. Today, our topic is unique, the unique Ramakrishna. You know, the place you are coming, it is called the Ramakrishna Monastery. But who is Ramakrishna? So, who is Ramakrishna is the question. Ramakrishna, some may say that he is an incarnation of God. Some may say he is a holy person, some saintly person, good guy, who is to cry for mother, mother, mother like a mad person, and say that he has realized, he has seen mother, and he has talked with mother. What's that to mean? Here comes the question of Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all the Vedic wisdom, of all the experiences in the Vedas, have never been in one singular life practiced and manifested. There is the greatness and glory of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna is a mystic saint. He is the incarnation and the embodiment of the Vedic principles and its seers. What is Vedas? Vedas are the wisdom, the experience, the knowledge, the ecstatic identification with the supreme reality expressed in language, that's called the Vedas. And in one single life, Sri Ramakrishna has lived that life. That's why Swami Vivekananda said that he, means Ramakrishna, has lived in one life the whole cycle of national religious existence in India. It's a very strong word. It says that he has lived. He's not talking. He didn't go to the university to get a PhD. He didn't go to school even. He didn't have his basic learning. He's called illiterate. We cannot say illiterate. He could write his name at much and copy some. He did some copying of some puthi. That much is his knowledge. He didn't go to school, college, university to get a stamp. But he lived a life of the whole cycle of national religious existence in India. From the Vedic time till today, the ways people have started to find out God, the way how to find that reality experience in diverse and limitless ways, moving to that destination, they tried. Ramakrishna in one single life lived all those paths of practices and his experiences. And he said, yes, we reached the same destination. Ramakrishna Paramahansa is the latest and the most perfect the concentrated embodiment of knowledge, love, renunciation, Catholicity, and the desire to serve mankind. Is a great definition given by Sri Swami Vivekananda, who came here in 1893 to preach Eastern philosophy and Vedanta. What he said, Ramakrishna Paramahansa is the latest versions are always little improved, no? Improved means condition, more perfected, more perfected. Not that Rama is little lower than Krishna, Krishna is higher than Rama, or Ramakrishna is higher than Rama. Not that. It's the question of manifestation of the potential thing, how much to manifest. That was extraordinarily expressed in Ramakrishna's life, which when he came in the Rama form, was necessary was different, need was different, its reactions were different, and its manifestation was different. When Krishna, he came, that was a different environment, and to act in that environment, he had to manifest that power. But this is the age of the 19th century when he was born. The need of the world is totally different, and the necessity, doubt about spirituality, conflict about all religious identities, my religion higher, your religion low, and one going with a sword in hand to cut others' religion, to show the supremacy. In this crisis of this whole world turmoil, there came this Ramakrishna, manifested the same divine entity. The purpose is that's why it is latest, according to the need of the present time, the concentrated embodiment. What Ramakrishna is described not as a person. Rama is not a person. Shuddha Brahma Paratpara Ram. Rama is Shuddha, means pure. Brahma, he is the Brahman, absolute Brahman. Paratpara, he is the supreme, greatest of the great. That is the Rama, not the man. Dasaratanandana Ram, that's okay. The embodied Rama. But what he manifested, he is the Brahman absolute. Shuddha Brahma Paratpara Ram. Kalatmaka, in time, he take a embodied form, Dasaratanandana Ram. No? So, and Krishna is an embodied person. But what is difference between me and Krishna and Rama? They have manifested extraordinary spiritual power, extraordinary gift to the whole universe, world. It is just putting blessings and grace and the path to follow in our life till thousands and thousands years have passed. So he says, but here, Ramakrishna, we are not asking to create another dogma or dogmatic cult by Ramakrishna. Please remember this. This is the subject of our discussion today. We have so many cults in the world. Is Ramakrishna come to create another cult? Another dogmatic group? Fanatic group? No, it is to break all barriers of distinction, break all barriers of misunderstanding, and go beyond the person to the principle. People make a mistake. My guru is my guru, your guru is your guru. My guru always is greater than your guru. You live a life, you show that your life is great, then it will shine forth what is your guru like. But you only fight with this, my guru is greater than your guru, and go on fighting and not do sadhana. But Ramakrishna lived the life. What is that living life? It's a concentrated knowledge. You go to read Ramakrishna Gospel, every line you read, it is charged with knowledge and wisdom. Every word, even a child, fifth grade boy reads Gospel, and a most educated and highly philosophical person reads the Gospel, they will find deep insights into the human life and the purpose and meaning of the spiritual life, how to manifest spirituality, how to find out all these spiritual philosophies you can find in the entire Gospel, starting from worship of the dualistic religion, going to the qualified Advaita philosophy, and to the absolute non-creation theory of Ajatavada. In Ramakrishna's life and experience, you find this whole gamut of experience. So he's an embodiment of all knowledge and wisdom, all love, how God is love, how that love can be in a concrete form. He is a love personified, a crying for the human being to come out of their suffering, and his whole life is laid for the giving this freedom to all and give his unconditional love. Whoever come to give them illumination and inner sight. He is the embodiment of renunciation. The world has never seen such renunciation. Swami, Holy Mother Sarada Devi, the divine consort of Ramakrishna, once said that people say, what is the speciality of Ramakrishna? Ramakrishna is who? Who is Ramakrishna? Oh, Ramakrishna is the harmonizer of all religion. That's the greatest definition of Ramakrishna. No? In his life, Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, other religions, all the different segments, sects of Indian traditions, he practiced everything, Tantra and the Vedanta, a whole gamut of experience, and there is nothing left behind. He did all these practices and he has experienced at the end says, I have reached the same destination. So, as the ultimate experience is the same, different paths are on different only ways to reach the goal, and not to fight with the path, but you practice, and then in your own faith. Swami Vivekananda came here, it's the same way he expressed himself. I don't want to convert a Hindu into the Buddhist, or Buddhism into the a person Buddhist to the Hindu, or to Catholic Christian to be. I don't say a Christian should be a Hindu, Hindu should be a Christian. I say you be a better Hindu, you be a better Christian, you be a better Muslim. You realize God. That is the point of life. So Sri Ramakrishna stands for that. And he stands in his own glory by practicing, not talking intellectual talks. And that's why the today's world we find this silently how the impact of Sri Ramakrishna is working in every city, every county you go. Interfaith discussion, interreligious discussions are going on. People are sitting together to talk about the commonality of our reality. What is the destination of our spiritual goal? That has been accepted, silently percolating into the society. So he is the renunciation. Then Holy Mother said, people talk about Ramakrishna's glory, that he is the harmonizer of all religions. Yes, that is true. But he is the embodiment of renunciation, detachment, renunciation. World has never seen such renunciation. Sri Ramakrishna could not touch a coin. Where there is world and worldliness, he could not touch that. His heart is so pure. It is like we feel allergic, no? Certain food you take, which you feel your body does not take it. So his spiritual body could not contain, could not take those negative things. That means it's pure, stainless, perfect, as God is perfect, as Brahman is perfect, stainless. He is the Catholicity, his broadness of idea. Anyone, one day, Swami Vivekananda was a young boy. He used to search for the truth and going to knock at every door of every holy man in Calcutta. And used to question, have you seen God? Have you seen God? And to his question, good reply came, you look a good boy, your eyes are bright, you can meditate and can find something. No one said, I have done. Here came only Ramakrishna said, yes, I have seen God. I can show you God. I see God more tangibly than I hold this hand fan. In those days, hand fan. That's a tangible experience. And he touched afterwards. Some story goes, and touched, and he could feel the whole world of appearance is just like a dream, and is vanishing into the void. And he cried out, and hey, what are you doing? And ultimately, he had the experience of seeing God everywhere. And he one day came, because he was very Puritan. Vivekananda was so Puritan in his young age, so pure that he will not walk on the sidewalk where there is a theatrical hall. You cannot understand that, that sense of rejection. Why he is rejecting that? That means this is not world, this is worldly thing. He's so spiritual, he will not walk in the same sidewalk where there is a theatrical hall. He used to run away. That Swami Vivekananda then told that there is a cult in Calcutta at that time. Many cults came during Ramakrishna's time. And they are very queer. Some are queer, some are very negative, left-handed, and not at all spiritual. It is more, you can say, sensual. Spiritual path of reaching God through the sensual path. And Vivekananda was very upright, Puritan. He came and he was talking to Sri Ramakrishna and criticizing right and left half an hour. And it went on. This is bad. This is ruining the religious ideas of the world. And these people should not be allowed to do like that. And then commenting on all the negative things. Then at the end of that serious outburst of anger, Sri Ramakrishna said, but my child, that is also a path. This type of world is created with so many varieties of mindset. What suits your sentiment may not suit my sentiment. You may like Ramakrishna said, someone may like mom prepares fried fish or some soup, fish soup, or some other preparation, depending on the condition of the child. So God has created this whole world. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas are there. And according to the quality, those people will be attracted to this path. But everyone who needs free redemption and total freedom, so that is also a path. Understand that. This Catholicity is unknown in the history of spirituality. My path, this is the path, this is good, I have tested, that is the right path, and you all come to my path. And if it's not, then you are wrong. So this is the concept. You see how the world goes on in the name of religion even today. Swami Vivekananda said, religion has brought so much blessings to the world, but at the same time it has created so much bloodshed. There no other king persuading for their encroaching the kingdom. When kings fight with king, it is much more than that. So why? Because there is a lack of Catholicity. There is only way to come over in Trabuco, this monastery. The only one way. There is no other way. Someone is living on this corner, someone is living on that corner, and if block, that day it happened, no? There is some shooting or something. So what happened? People come by another way. No, this is the only way you have to come. That is the Catholicity. All path. That's the uniqueness. Embracing everyone. No one is rejected there. You know, Ramakrishna's lifetime, there in the theater, in theatrical performances, these ladies were not available because society was so reserved for playing in the role of the women role. It was not available. So Girish Ghosh used to collect them from the prostitutes area and then give them and brought them into the mainstream. And when Ramakrishna was invited there, and when one lady was with the background, that background came and she was performing, the beautiful Ramakrishna was in tears and she blessed that lady, breaking all the rules of the norms of a holy man of those days. And she became a very highly spiritual personality before her death. It was found, the transformation came. So everyone, all of us have the potential to develop that spirituality. And we cannot follow your path. You are a non-dualist. I may be a devotional person. Am I to be changed into a non-dualist? Then I shall realize God. That is not fair. To raise every person from where they are, from that point to the spiritual illumination. So the uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna is that it's a Catholicity and the desire to serve mankind. is to cry for the suffering of human atrocities and troubles, because he's not human, it is all divine. God, Shiva, Jnane, Jiva, Shiva is his contribution, which generated in the form of Ramakrishna movement now. In India, you go, it is called Ramakrishna Mission. This is the same. We are the branch of the same Ramakrishna Mission. We call it Vedanta. But that is what philosophy? Philosophy behind serving a man. What is the philosophy behind? Why are you going to serve a poor man? Why? Because there is poor in the outside, but internally we are all connected with the oneness of the consciousness. One consciousness permeating everywhere. The body and mind are manifesting different way. So the ground of the activities of the Ramakrishna movement is that Ramakrishna's philosophy. Shiva Jnane Jiva Shiva. You go to our Vrindavan center, or you go to our Benaras center, hospital center, Konkhal. These are all started with serving God as man. Man is suffering. That is in our view. Patient. What patient? There is no patient. It is God in the human form. You will be surprised that even that idealism is tried to be even remembered by serving. One day, the Swami, head in charge Swami of the hospital, will come to every patient, worship him or her like God or goddess, offer flower at the feet, give clothing and sweets and waving light and everything, like God is sat there. So the spirit, that's a transformation. That's a new outlook altogether. In any hospital, if you can think, God, I am serving God, what will be the level of service? And what will be the people feel so isolated and neglected if doctors come and say, give some consoling word. It makes such a change, no? And if you think that I'm serving God, if this idea comes, then what consolation will be in the heart of the person who is a patient there. So Sri Ramakrishna became an concentrated embodiment of knowledge, love, renunciation, Catholicity, and the desire to serve mankind. Without studying Ramakrishna Paramahansa first, one can never understand the real import of the Vedas, the Vedanta, of the Bhagavat, and the other Puranas. So to understand any religious, if we read the Upanishads, we find that the Upanishad is talking about the ultimate truth. No? And when this talks about the ultimate truth, it is very something which cannot be expressed. Ultimate truth cannot be expressed, which is beyond mind. That's why Upanishad says, Avang manasa gocharam, is beyond the mind, beyond your intellect. Think of God. Who is God? God is beyond time, beyond space, beyond causation. God cannot be limited. When you express, you limit God. So no language can be there to describe what God is like. That's why silence is the response. What is God like? You go to silence. So, but that can be expressed. Vedas have tried to express that highest truth, that it is Satchidananda. It is the ocean of joy. It is the ocean of bliss. It is the ocean of peace. It is the ocean of harmony. It is the ocean of blissfulness. So that is the idea. Sri Ramakrishna expressed that joy, that expression through different forms, and all the Vedas are trying to express the inexpressible reality. In the Upanishad, it is said that no, we are jivas, we are lower self, and our higher self is the divine self, which is inside. No, we are off from that because of our ignorance. Vedanta says. But from this level to that level, how do we move on? The Upanishad says, the lower bird and the higher bird, two birds are there. Dwa suparna sajuja samanang vrikshang parishasya jate In that same tree, the two birds are sitting, one in the lower branch and another in the upper. The lower bird is sitting and it is eating as we are, sometimes some sweet fruits and we are happy, sometimes some sour fruit and we become really upset. That and this is our life. Look at our life. Some little joy, some little happiness, some little disturbance, some frustration, depression, down. This is a cycle going on. But the upper bird, Upanishad says, the upper bird, it does not do anything. It sits perfectly peaceful, observing, witness consciousness. He is just sitting over there. And Jiva, the lower bird, eating this fruit, that fruit, sweet and sour fruit. When sour comes, then he becomes disturbed and says, why? Why so much suffering? And looks up. And that bird is very peaceful, calm, serene, untouched by this turmoil of good and bad, joy and suffering. No, it is beyond that. So Upanishad says the lower bird, seeing that calm, serene atmosphere there, it started jumping, hopping, and Upanishad says ultimately it merges into the body of the upper bird. Lower bird is no more there. Jiva becomes Shiva. I am that. I, the little I, minus its all these limitations, this pure consciousness merging into the absolute consciousness. But when you express, the language is too limited. Ramakrishna, this is the expression what I have described, that is from the Upanishad. Ramakrishna's expression was more clear. He said that lower bird tried to reach the higher reality more and more and more and more. And as he came very close to the upper bird expands his mouth open, and the lower bird just merges into it and totally lost. Yeah, what a description! It is he has experienced that way, so he expresses the experience. That's why Sri Ramakrishna's experience even goes beyond the expressions of the Vedas and Upanishads in certain areas. So that is the uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna is actually a phenomena. This is no exaggeration. You look at the major religions of the world, these major religions of the world have created so much good to the world. Millions and millions of people have got the benefit of it. So, and we find what is the religion? In each religion, in its crown, you find one person sitting there. So, major religions crown at its apex a great spiritual personality. His vision, his revelation of the truth formed that religious tradition. These incarnations, so with what happened? These incarnations, the great luminaries, represent the principle, the truth. Their messages are the holy scriptures. With the passage of time, people forget that and they create a cult and dogma and doctrine. Say, look at Judaism. There's Moses is the leading prophet. From there, and Abraham is the Jewish patriarch. So there is the whole religion stands on their experience and this. If you go look at the Christianity, Christ is the adhesive force for whole Christian world, one person. But Taoism, based on Lao Tse, it is 600 BC. So you find, and the book is Tao Te Ching. So that book is the revelation of that great personality whom we call Lao Tse. The Buddhism, the whole Buddhistic world stands on the experience of Buddha and the book. So Buddhism with Buddha, 525 BC, and the Enlightenment that created that. So Confucianism, if you go, it is based on the teachings of Confucius, and Chinese saint, and on that this whole philosophy and that doctrinal thing is continuing. Zoroastrianism, the prophet and teacher is Zarathustra, the Persia. Avesta is the sacred book. Islam, and the helm is Muhammad, 622 AD, and the revelation in the form of Quran. So you see, every religion have some great personality to start the tradition, and whatever their utterances, that is the text for spiritual lineage to form. So here we find these great religions and have consoled millions of souls through the ages. But it also created confusion and conflict, establishing the supremacy of one over the other. That means when you bring the personality, their personality became the primary. The principle for which they lived and the principle which they expressed through their life, that has been forgotten. So only the Vedanta we find the eternal truth expressed in its depth and profundity. And there is no single person. You may say Hinduism. What is the Hindus' major book? All will say it is the Vedas. But who wrote that book? As we just described, Christianity with, say, Christ, Buddhism with Buddha. But who wrote these Vedas? No person. No person, but the truth has been given there without the mention. Even they are so great, they don't care for their names. We do not know the name of the sages who experienced this truth. So whole Vedas are a summation of the experiences of the sages, but we do not know their names even. Authority? It is universal truth. There is no authority. But you can experiment in your life and you can verify it. That's a different thing. So that's why there is no single person. The Vedas are the revelations in the mind of the ancient sages. They efface their name, their place of birth, time of their existence. If we write an article, it is my copyright, no? Published in this magazine, which day it has been done. You have taken one line without this, I can pursue you. This great Vedantic truth given for the redemption of the whole world. They don't care even the name, no copyright. What the copyright? No name of the person, where he was born, where is his father, who is his mother, no history. That is the beauty. That is they're talking of the, because it is this name, personality is secondary. Principle, what they experience, that is the truth. And this is the crowning glory of this ancient Vedic wisdom. It includes what they did in the Vedas we find, it includes all the levels of thoughts and concepts. What is God? How many concepts are there? If you see the whole world analyze, God is what? God is sitting somewhere else, a person. Eh? God is, no. How can he be person? He's everywhere. He's everywhere. Everywhere then I don't see, but you can pray to him, he can hear. He can fulfill your desire. The whole Christian world, Islamic world depends on prayer. Hindu world also. You can say, where are you praying? Hindus will say, I go to Shiva temple, I pray to Shiva. I go to Kali temple, I go. That is there. But Christians will say, where shall we pray? God is everywhere. You can pray anywhere. Allah is everywhere. That's why they on a Friday, they are going, devout Muslims will make a place, come down from the car and sit on the roadside, they start doing namaz and prayers. No. God is everywhere. God can hear you. Vedanta says, no. God has no ear, nothing. He is absolute. There is no you, there is no me. It is beyond time, beyond position, beyond all this duality. It is absolute. So what is true then? Let us fight with each other. Mine is right, yours is wrong. But Sri Ramakrishna believed, no. no, there is no fight. You accept the reality. Suppose you take a rocket and move towards the sun. What will be your concept about the sun? Sun is sun. You will say 30 inches ball of fire. You go 100 mile, 1000 mile up in the sky. What will you say? What is the sun? Oh, sun is much bigger and bigger and bigger. And you should go certain point. Sun is everywhere. Then go very close. Then you are sucked into the sun. Then your ego is gone. You are the sun. So what is true? Are they all contradictory? No, that is the uniqueness of the Vedas. That is the uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna's life. He lived that experience stage by stage and went into that absolute truth. That is the uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna, as in the Vedas. So that's why Vedas to understand, we can come to Sri Ramakrishna, his practical example of his life, which has never been experimented that way in one single life. He is the all levels of realization. What is the level of realization? Dualism. God is somewhere, I am somewhere. No, 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 I am not separate. I am the branch, I am the vine, ye are the branches, Christ said. I am the vine, I am the tree, you are the branches. Part. It's called qualified non-dualism. Non-dual, tree, branch is also tree, stump is also tree, but I am a part of it. The branch cannot say I am the whole tree, or a leaf cannot say I am the whole tree. So I am a leaf, but I am a part of it, not separate. The fire and the spark. And what is the ultimate? There is no you. I and my Father are one. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. These are the Vedic wisdom. So these are the levels of experience. Ramakrishna is there, standing there to show what Vedas also showed, that there is no distinction. It is only journey. You see God from dualistic perspective, that is also looking at the same God. You are looking at the same sun from a dualistic point, and you go to scientific way, your body is nothing but the sun. This is nothing but the sun, is it not? Sun, a part of the sun has become the earth and rotating this and that and water, air, fire, etc., etc. Ultimately what? Every particle in the world is nothing but the sun, part of the sun. But do you feel that way? Do you understand that way? It's a question of improving our understanding gradually in the spiritual path. And Ramakrishna experienced all these three stages, that dualism, qualified non-dualism, and absolutism. Various paths are there. You are of a devotional nature. Someone may be intellectual nature. Someone may be action-oriented life. Someone may be that karma, jnana, yoga, bhakti. All the four types of temptation. So it should be, that's why it should be, Ramakrishna said that in his life manifested. He is a bhakta when he is bhakti, singing, dancing in the name of God, going into deep ecstasy, and tears are flowing, and the environment is uplifted, and he merges into that supreme reality in that singing, dancing. Now he is sitting in meditation, he goes into samadhi. Discussing with someone with a little trigger, he goes into the absolute identification with the divine nature of the inside. So that's why he is they proved that all varied paths followed by anyone. A bhakta will reach the same. A jnani will reach the same goal. The meditator will reach the same goal. And what is left? Jnana, karma. A person who is doing its proper attitude of work, detached outlook, he will also reach the goal. So Ramakrishna stand. So it is like Ramakrishna saying that as the different streams, Swami Vivekananda quoted in the Parliament of Religions, as the different streams having their sources in different places, all mingle their water in the sea. So, O Lord, the different paths which men take through different tendencies, various though they appear, crooked or straight, all lead to thee. So this is the whole idea of Ramakrishna's unique characteristic. It is said that Sri Ramakrishna whole life stand for the several ideological points of truth. He says, it is Swami Vivekananda, to understand Ramakrishna, you need to go to Vivekananda. Because he tested him, verified him, checked with him. His intellect is extraordinary intellect. So it is like a distant star. You want to understand the star, what will you do? You will take, not with the naked eye, you cannot see the stars. So to his distant star, its glory, you need a telescope. Vivekananda is the telescope. And he speaks very highly. That if there is, Ramakrishna stands for universal religion, is the point. In the Parliament of Religions, all the representatives who were there, they talked about their religion. Christians talked about Christ, Buddhism talked about Buddha, but it is only one person who spoke for all religions of the world. That is Vivekananda. So Ramakrishna is that, he is the embodiment of universal religion. What is that universal religion? That Swami Vivekananda has beautifully depicted, and that is the life story of Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Vivekananda said, if there is ever to be a universal religion, what will be the characteristic? It must be one which have no location in place or time. This is the only religion generated in India. No location. It is universal. H2O is a universal theory. You find water H2O in India, in Russia, in America, in Portland, in Ireland. Water will be changing. H2O will not change because it is science. So spirituality is the same. So it should not be limited in time and place. One, which will be infinite like God, it preaches. And so it should be infinite. God is infinite. The way to reach Him will be infinite. No, we go to a trail. No, in a mountain trail, we go to the top, and what do? We go to the different trails. How many trails are there to reach the top? But if you are going to the eastern trail, you will see some scenery which is different, and someone is going to the western trail. How can you fight together? Yours is right, mine is wrong. But you go and reach the top, then you find that it's the same trail. So, which is the Ramakrishna which is the it preaches this universal religion should be that which infinite like God it will preach, which in Catholicity will embrace in its infinite arms and find a place for every human being, from the lowest groveling savage and to the highest man towering by virtues. So there should be one religion where everyone can go and find his own place. That I have a place in that religion. And it says, lowest person who have no understanding about spirituality, religion, science, etc., to the highest person who is highly intelligent, who is so knowledgeable in material science and scientific world, it will please both of them. And it says that it is not almost, it will be an fourth point, which will have no place for persecution or intolerance in its polity. Religion, what is the universal religion? It does not go to cut the throat of others. It rather focuses on its own spiritual journey. How I can overcome the sufferings of life, how I can overcome death, how I can overcome all my miseries of life and be established in our real spiritual peaceful dignity, which will recognize divinity in every man and woman, and whose whole scope, whose whole force will be centered in helping humanity to realize its own true divine nature. So that is called the universal religion, in which all the scopes will be there, so that everyone, to help humanity to become spiritual, to find the peace within, and to help others in the path of journey, and accepting everyone as they are, whether it is up to your liking or disliking, but it should be accepting others as they are. That is the uniqueness of spiritual journey. A mother accepts the baby in her condition, is in the baby's condition, not her own condition. Huh? Baby needs food. Whatever time, mother gives that. Baby needs care. Mother goes for care. Not that my time is not there. I will give you at my time. But baby's time is the consideration for the real mother. So that would be the universal religion, and Sri Ramakrishna is an embodiment of all these spiritual ideas. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, what I want to propagate, he said, what I want to propagate is a religion that will be equally acceptable to all minds, highly intellectual person, to the non-intelligent person, to the hard-working person, to a person of spiritual, the advanced person. It will be acceptable by, that means it should be scientific. It must be equally philosophic, equally emotional, equally mystic, and equally conducive to action. That means it should be applicable in our life, and it should be emotionally we can match with it, intellectually we can match with it. We have four faculties, no? One intellectual ability, another emotional side, another is the active side, another is contemplative side. So all these four people of four different categories can identify themselves in that group or universal religion. It is not making all religion into one hodgepodge pot. Universal religion does not mean that Hindu, Muslim, Christian and all will make a hodgepodge of it and create one new religion. Hindu will be Hindu, Muslim will be Muslim, Christians will be Christian, and that they will know the goal of life is God realization, and that God is the only one, Allah, only one. You call Brahman, only one. In different religious terminology they are expressed, but the only truth is only one and not two. So he says that if a professor from the college come, scientific man and physicist, they will quote reason. Let them have it as much as they want. In Vedanta, we find reason, continue, continue. How many questions you can put? Vedanta is ready to respond to that question. No? It should satisfy them. Similarly, if the mystic comes, mystics, those who are experiential, they will welcome. Be ready to give him the science of mental analysis and practically demonstrate it before him. And if emotional people come, we must sit with them, laugh and wit with them in the name of the Lord, and we must drink the cup of the love and become mad with them. So, when a devotional person, you sing and dance with them, an intellectual person comes, satisfaction of the intellect. An active person comes, you be engaged with them, acting and serving God in human being. So, this energetic person, you can work with him with all energy, and this is the combination will be the ideal of the nearest approach to a universal religion. And Ramakrishna stands for universal religion, and through his life we can develop a spirit of living in the world in this right perspective. And that's why Ramakrishna is unique. That's why when we go to Ramakrishna, Ramakrishna means these qualities: accepting all, loving God and humanity, both loving God as also humanity, renunciation, detachment, attraction for the mundane should be shifted to the eternal. We are searching, let us search for the highest, the greatest, and the best. Let Sri Ramakrishna bless us all. Thank you. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Panamastu.